Welcome to Everything Black. I want to get right into this. I want y'all to hear what they say versus what we say. Let's get right into it. When the white media want to convict somebody, they don't use the words. They just use the propaganda. They show one side of the argument, but they take both sides of the argument, right? And they try to persuade to what they say is right. They try to make you think that and feel how they feel and think how they think. They try to take the narrative. But thank God for the new black media. And I'm going to show you some of the new black media and how they get down, or how we get down when the white supremacists do their thing, the black media do its thing. Okay? As black people, we're all about justice. This is what our fight is about, justice. You never get it when you're dealing with white supremacy. They don't care about justice. They care about power and abuse. Let's get right to it.
In grief after the stabbing death of a teenager at a track meet.
Another teenager, a student at Frisco Centennial, is now charged with the murder. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf's twin brother was at the track with him. His family says he died in his brother's arms. Fox 4's Amelia Jones spoke with the victim's father and is live in Frisco tonight. Amelia.
Steve, Heather, 17-year-old Austin Metcalf.
See, the first thing they do is get your sympathy, especially when it's one of their people who dies. Not they just getting your sympathy, they're getting the world's sympathy by showing one side. And they're going to make this dude seem like he's the best thing that ever hit the planet. But if you dive deep into the story, the brother don't start anything. See, when you're fighting, somebody has to start the fight. Somebody has to initiate the fight. And if you're defending yourself, you may be scared, you may be afraid, you may be nervous. All kind of things go through your mind when you're in a place where perhaps you might need to defend yourself. So they're not showing anything about Carmelo Anthony. I'm trying to say the name right. It's out of respect. And they're showing Austin Metcalf. Now, this is a sad situation. Anytime somebody dies, it's a sad situation. But we have to go back to the beginning. Apparently, before they get through, I just want to go through this. They only show you what they want you to hear because they're trying to create a narrative. These are two young kids Now you will see that this guy's supposed to be a football star, and they was at a track meet. And you will see where the young black guy was supposed to be sitting and where the white individual ended up laying and covered up. I want y'all, this is going to be shown. This is going to be brought to our attention. Some people didn't see this. And so I thought it was important to go over to the black media side so it can be well explained. And Jason Black of the Black Authority, who is the Black Authority, shows us and explains the situation, you know, what we're faced with. So let's get into it.
Had a bright future ahead of him. He was a leader on the football field and a scholar in the classroom. His dad told me he's holding on to memories and leaning deep on his faith as he tries to wrap his mind around this.
Now you see how they show how great this person is. They speak how intelligent this person is, how nice this person was. If he was so nice and so respectful, why didn't he get a teacher or a grown-up to go and escort Mr. Carmelo Anthony away from where he was supposed to be sitting? They leave out a whole bunch of information on purpose. They do this on purpose.
This senseless tragedy.
He was going to turn out to be a great individual and impact this world with positivity.
17-year-old Austin Metcalf was voted MVP of the Frisco Memorial High School varsity football team. The linebacker held a near-perfect GPA and was in the National Honor Society.
He was on the right track. He was doing everything right. I was so proud.
Jeff Metcalf never imagined that his son's future would be cut short.
I'm still in shock.
Wednesday morning, Austin Metcalf was at a District 11 5A track meet at Kirkendall Stadium. Around 10 a.m., Frisco police say 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony stabbed Metcalf in the chest after some sort of fight. Jeff Metcalf says it was Austin's twin brother, Hunter Metcalf, who tried to save him.
And his brother was holding him, trying to hold the blood in, and he passed. My son watched his brother die in his arms.
It's unclear how Anthony got the knife into the meat or what exactly led up to Hunter Metcalf, who tried to.
Yeah, I want y'all to be aware that it was these two guys that ran up on the brother. Two of them. Now, to me, this is some type of bullying, right? Because if it was a situation, they would have went over and said, okay, let's go get an adult, because apparently Carmelo Anthony wasn't supposed to be sitting in their football so-called banner, under their football banner or something like that, or hanger or whatever that was they were sitting under when they found him. Instead of going to get an adult, they go and try to bully this brother. And the brother said, "Don't touch me," which we're going to find out later on in the broadcast. or the show. Don't touch me, or else. Now, apparently, this brother, to me, this is my personal opinion, has met these guys before. Because he was very well prepared for what may go down. And not only was he prepared, but I'm pretty sure he was scared, because I don't think it's a lot of us out there in Frisco. And as parents, we have to look at that. We are sending our kids in the enemy backyard, in the enemy's camp, and hoping that nothing happened to them. But sometimes these teachers and these principals turn their back, and these coaches have turned their back and allow this to happen. And the black student don't have any help. Sometimes it's a cure. And when it's a situation like this, the black child is alone amongst these people who suspectively are white supremacists. These are white supremacist suspects. We suspect them to be. We don't know that they are. We don't have a list, but we suspect these to be white supremacists.
To save him.
And his brother was holding him,
Fair use YouTube,
trying to hold the
Facebook,
blood in, and he passed. My
Fox.
son watched his brother
This is
die
for
in his
education
arms.
purpose only.
It's unclear how Anthony got the knife into the meat or what exactly led up to the fight. Anthony is now facing first-degree murder.
And no one is asking why he brought the knife. No one is asking his family. Or I haven't seen a news report where his family was able to talk. And mainly that's what we're all waiting on, to see what his family got to say about it. But so far as I've seen, they haven't said anything. And they are raising money, and I will show through the Black Authority show that they are raising money. And I want to say thank you to Jason Black for breaking it down where we can all understand the situation. This young man was scared, man. He was a smart student too. They don't even mention that part. Apparently, he met these guys before. It was two of them against one. And as you will see, one of them grabbed him, which is so-called the victim who grabbed him. But I think he's the victim. He was afraid. When you're afraid, ain't no telling what you're going to do. When you're nervous, when two other guys who may be taller than you, bigger than you, all up on you, can't say what I would do. But I know what he did. And to me, it was self-defense.
Murder charges, and Jeff Metcalf
It was the best weekend ever.
is only left with memories.
So you see, they show one side of the story. They praise these young men, but they didn't say what the young men did to the brother. They didn't mention that part, but we're going to get into that. But let's go over and see what the white supremacists say about it. Let's go over here and see what they say about it. Let me see if this is the right show here. Okay. Wait a minute. Right here. Let's see what they say about it. Here we go.
One is this poor kid who was murdered down in Texas, in Frisco, Texas, by the name of Austin Metcalf.
Now you see how she started that out? Now remember, I think according to what I seen, it was like over 100,000 people watching this show at this time. So you're looking at probably 90% of them white. And you see how she said it, like he murdered them with no impunity. He murdered the guy with impunity. He was, the way she said, he had no remorse. Like he didn't care. Now, this is what the white supremacists are saying on their side. This is suspected white supremacists. This is, I ain't gonna say suspect. This is white supremacy rhetoric. This is them creating a narrative. And watch how they do it. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna let it go. Just watch how they do.
It's all over the news today. He was at a track meet in North Texas. Just reading here from.
And I want to say this. I'm trying to let it play out, but when they tell a story, when a white supremacists tell a story, they always mix in a lie. They don't come with the truth. They will never come with the truth. They don't care about the truth. All they care about is creating the narrative so that their group of people don't give a damn about the other side. Okay? When the Democrats want to do something against the Republicans, they do this same thing. When the Republicans want to do something against the Democrat, they do the same thing. This is two wings of white supremacy. They take both sides.
WFAA.com, a local source there in Frisco, Texas. He was, okay, it happened around 10 a.m. at a university down there, Frisco High School. Sorry, it was a Frisco High School track meet, but it happened at a university championship. The victim who died was Metcalf. He was a student attending Frisco. He went to sit down and found another student in his seat from the sound of it and said, "That's my seat."
Now listen to what she said. She has already lied about what she's reading exactly what happened. She's supposed to be reading a police report or a news article. She is making this world. You would hate the black guy if you didn't know him. Even if you knew him, you would be hating him. Okay, because she said she didn't say what the white student did. She said he wanted a seat. And if you look at eventually, when we get over here to the other side of what we say, you will see that this lady has made up and lied about all of this and put it into her narrative. And she created a story of her own. And she got a lot of, I'm suspecting, white people listening at her and agreeing with her because they have no time for sympathy for us. And the way she making it sound, the dude just asked him, "Sir, could you please move so I can sit there? You're sitting in my seat." And then he jumps up and stabs him. No talking, no nothing, no. I appreciate you moving. Oh man, I didn't know this was your seat. It was nothing like that. She just goes until he grabs a knife and stabs him. And we know that's not what happened. This is a lawyer, so this is the way lawyers do. This is the way a lawyer do who is crooked, who has to make you see things her way or their way. This is a sad thing, y'all. This is why they don't have no sympathy when it comes to us. This is why back in the day, they could lock a black man up and nobody gave a damn. Because they created a narrative that will make you hate the person. Even though you don't know this person, nobody knows who Carmelo Anthony is. But when she get through, even if he's a good person, even if he was in the right, even if he was defending himself, she wouldn't care. Or you wouldn't care because she's creating this narrative. And let's say this was the only person that was speaking. This is the only person we know.
Stabbed him in the heart. This kid who got killed was 17. He had a 4.0. He was a football star. Sorry. And he was dead, it seems, very soon thereafter. His twin brother held him as he died and was barely able to speak about it. And the father, who seems like an extraordinary man, Michael, comes out and speaks to the cameras about what happened to his son. Here's a bit of Austin's.
Now, we don't know that his father is extraordinary, but she makes up in her mind that this is an extraordinary man. So if you notice, this man seemed to have raising his sons by himself, because in the news article, there's no mention of his wife. There's no mentioning of a mother in that home. I'm pretty sure if he had a wife, she would have been sitting right there next to him. But that's my opinion. I don't know, but apparently there's no wife. It's just the men in the house. So we're going to go over here. We heard her narrative. And this is another suspected white supremacist. So I'll let you go to her show to hear the rest of that. But we're going to move on to the narrative that we, the black media, has came up with. And usually the black media, we're truth tellers. We believe in justice. We're not going to allow you to harm our children. We're not going to allow you to get away with your narrative and you don't see the whole picture. So I had to go over here to the black media to find out what was really, really going on. And thank God for the black media. Thank God for Jason Black. So here we go.
And starts commenting with no information, except she got all the information that she needed, which she really exposed herself. The white supremacists didn't have any information. So how is it that they're going ahead and making all these accusations with it when the police haven't released all the information? Hell, they haven't released what they should have released. So why is it they're all speaking out so quickly? Well, there's only one fact that they do know. And that's the fact that she's going to speak about here when she starts talking.
The victim who died was 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. He was a student attending.
I'm going to move this up some more. We already heard that.
Understand something. She is doing her Carolyn Bryant to Emmett Till. So if you want to know why it was so important and so dastardly that
This is why you got to know about the black media. The black media, the new black media, don't spin anything. We just come straight out with the truth. Jason Black's come straight out with the truth. Y'all must listen to this whole show. I can't play the man whole show, and I'm not going to play the man whole show. But you definitely going to have to listen to this show, to this broadcast, I'm sorry. You're definitely going to have to go on that broadcast and listen. He breaks down the facts. Now, I'm going to get over here. I'm going to show you exactly what I want you to see, because I'm not going to show the whole thing. I just want you to know how he breaks it down, how he informs us. And if you're a Foundation Black America, you need to be on this. You need to be tuned in every Saturday and Sunday with the Black Authority. You need to listen to Tariq Nasheed, how dealing with tethers and different things that's dealing with black issues. You need to listen to Professor Black Truth on how dealing with these politicians and how they manipulate things. All these men all the men in the black media, the new black media, have an authority on what they say. They know their history. They know their agenda. They know the black agenda. They are both and all about reparations. And if you get in code with us, you would know that we're going to get reparations. You're not going to guess anymore. The black agenda is to get reparations, to get something that's owed to us. Okay, let's get to the main part here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to bag it up. We're going to read the facts to you, exactly what happened.
saying here now. What I want to do here, I want to go to an article that's been put out here. And this is from Fox 4. Frisco track meet stabbing. Police warned against misinformation online. I wonder what that would be. Frisco PD is urging people to be on the lookout for false information. Police say misinformation is being spread online about the deadly stabbing of the Frisco track meet earlier this week. Frisco police say that the only official releases from verified accounts should be trusted. And then it says here, misinformation, what they're saying. Frisco police have released multiple statements trying to combat misinformation in this case. Quote, yesterday evening, a fictitious account was created using my name, perpetuating misinformation, wrote Frisco Police Chief David Shulson. Keep this guy in mind because, what suspected white supremacists all over him. We'll come back to it. Shulson says they are investigating who made the account. The chief says it is a criminal offense and a third-degree felony. Isn't that interesting? Well, then you should have a lot more felonies out there, shouldn't you, sir?
Mm-hmm.
On Friday night, the Frisco Police Department also addressed an image on social media claiming to be a report from the Collin County Medical Examiner's Office. Quote, at this time, the report has not released there or any information current online. False. Frisco believes that only releases from verified accounts should be trusted. They are urging people not to spread any unconfirmed information. Meanwhile, they do not want to disseminate any information. Folks, if what you're doing is above board, why are you not giving out information? By the way, keep this image in mind that you see on your screen right here that has the tent and then the blue tarp covering the body. We're going to show a different angle that will put this in a different context for you. He says, quote, based on my 23 years of serving Frisco, I wonder which parts of Frisco he means. I am confident in the city's ability to respond to this tragedy with compassion and empathy. Together, we must all demonstrate mutual respect for one another. The Metcalf family, that's the white kid, according to Megyn Kelly, has made clear through their statements during this difficult week that they will lean on their faith to guide them. I encourage our community to do the same. So the police chief here has obviously chosen racial sides. So, of course, To Kill a Mockingbird is in full effect. Bull Connor is doing what he does. Why couldn't he just say, everyone, don't give out misinformation. This concludes our press conference. No, he wants to let everyone know that when the Ku Klux Klan turned in their white robes, there were plenty of police uniforms available at that time. And he wants to let you know whose side he's on. He's not on the side of the truth. You didn't point out what I just did. Not looking very good for you. Not looking very good for you at all. Now, if I know this, they know this. So why didn't they show you what I'm showing you, which is, by the way, why are you so far away? Because what she just described was he told him he was under the tent. He told him, get out of my seat. Actually, would you please get up from my seat? That's not what happened. And that he was stabbed, that he just got stabbed. Well, obviously that didn't occur. Anybody who's been in high school, and most of us have, anybody who's been in a high school stadium or a college stadium had to go up bleachers. You know, it's hell getting up bleachers. They're very steep. Okay, well, that doesn't jive with her description of the events. Her deceptive description of the events. This doesn't jibe with it. If he said something here and then immediately got stabbed, what's going on here? There's more to find out, is what I'm saying. There's more to find out. Like to go a little bit further here. And like I say, one more thing. I'm not even making any definitive statements. Do you all hear? I'm doing what you're supposed to do. I'm simply asking questions. I'm not subscribing any sort of concrete version of the events. And I'm certainly not saying, well, he black, so everything fine. I'm simply saying, wait a minute, I got questions. This is what a journalist is supposed to do. I'm asking questions. Megyn should simply be asking questions because she has no facts. All she's got is speculation. The only thing you know for certain is that, well, one appears to be black and the other one appears to be Caucasian. And that was the only thing she was interested in. And the discussion after that is all about race for her because this is the month of April. What? Now, for many of you, it is New Black Media Appreciation Month, but never forget, by the way, not looking
a little bit
very good for you at all. It is not beyond the pale here. So very clearly you can see that that's what's going on here. So it shouldn't surprise you when you see those kind of things. But it goes even further. It goes even further here. Now, let me go to ABC. I want to go to ABC News here so that you all can see. So what the hell is she talking about? She's talking about white supremacy. That's what she's talking about. As they get older, They start trying to reinforce and bolster their white supremacist credentials. Now, first I'm showing you the tent. Next, I'm showing you now, if the issue happened under here, how the hell did he get all the way up here? Now, if Carmelo isn't even supposed to be in this tent, and if the goal was to get Carmelo out from under the tent, how did they end all the way up here? 6, 7 bleachers away. How did you end up all the way up here? If Justin and his Metcalf and his brother and their schoolmates were all supposed to be under here, and if the goal was to get Carmelo out from under here, well, then how did you end up dead up here? 7 bleachers away, under no tent whatsoever. Megyn Kelly, how is it that you didn't point out what I just did? Not looking very good for you.
Now, I just want to say, you see how the black media do things? You see how the new black media do things? We stick to the truth. We stick to the facts. And you can go and read the article for yourself. Or you can go listen to Jason Black show, which I suggest you do. Broadcast, I mean. If you notice, she said that he asked him, when she was talking a while ago, to please get up out of my seat. That's what she said he said. And she said automatically the black guy just took a knife and stabbed him. That's according to what she said. But if you listen to the black media, we want to know how the fight or the argument started here and the death or the victim ended up here. That was a great question, and Jason Black breaks it down. But you're going to have to go on his show to get all of the facts. My job here was just to question and to prove what they say versus what we say. And I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. And hopefully you join me for another topic or show later on. And I appreciate y'all. And this is Frank Bland with Everything Black. Hope you join me later. And like and subscribe. And stick with me. The show is getting better. I just ordered a lot more equipment. And once I learn the equipment, the show will get better and we will do better. Because we must stick together on this walk toward justice. We have to replace white supremacy with justice. And we must get reparation. We must get them to cut the check.